Data's 15 best Star Trek episodes and movies, ranked soon after his debut in Star Trek, The Next Generation's premiere LT. Commander Data Brent Spiner became one of the show's most beloved and enduring characters. A highly advanced android created by cyberneticist Dr. Noonien Soong Brent Spiner, Data was an invaluable addition to the USS Enterprise D crew. Under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard Patrick Stewart, Data saved the Enterprise and its crew numerous times throughout TNG's 7 seasons. Despite all of the android abilities that made Data superior to humans, he wanted nothing more than to be able to experience human emotions. Throughout his Star Trek journey, Data observed and learned from the people around him, eventually developing his own kind of humanity. Like Leonard Nimoy's Spock on Star Trek, the original series, Data offered an outsider's perspective on humanity. Because of this, and because of Brent Spiner's brilliantly understated performance, many of Star Trek, The Next Generation's best episodes center on Data. When Data, Commander William Riker Jonathan Frakes, and LT. Worf Michael Dorn encounter a group of Borg drones who behave strangely, Data experiences anger for the first time. Later, Data joins the Borg, who have been working with Data's evil twin brother, Lore Brent Spiner. Lore has found a way to use the emotion chip he stole to manipulate Data's emotions, and he turns Data against the Federation. Although Data initially sides with Lore, his friends manage to reactivate his morality subroutines. In the end, Data sides with Captain Picard and the Enterprise crew, deactivating his brother. Data removes the emotion chip and considers destroying it, but LT. Commander Geordi Law Forge LeVar Burton convinces him to keep it just in case. Descent may not be perfect, but it offers a fascinating look at Data's character and his relationship with Lore. In this Star Trek, The Next Generation two-parter, both Data and Worf embark on journeys to learn more about their respective fathers. When Data is struck by an energy discharge while working in engineering, he inadvertently activates a previously dormant dreaming program within his positronic brain. Data has a dreamlike vision of his creator/father, Dr. Noonien Soong, and he spends much of the episode trying to figure out what it means. Data turns to other cultures and religions in search of answers and creates numerous paintings in an attempt to explain his dreams. Eventually, he decides to recreate the accident that triggered his first vision, and he has a conversation with his father, who encourages him to keep dreaming. Birthright, Part 2 drops Data's storyline entirely to focus on Worf, but Data's dreaming later plays a role in Season 7's phantasms. The first part of Star Trek, The Next Generation's redemption two-parter focuses on Worf and his role in Klingon politics, and Part I ends with the Klingons on the verge of a civil war. In Part 2, Captain Picard creates a blockade to prevent the Romulans from aiding the Duras sisters in the Klingon Civil War. Initially, Picard does not put Data in command of any of the blockade ships, but when Data questions this, Picard gives the android command of the USS Sutherland. Few characters in science fiction are as beloved and enigmatic as Lieutenant Commander Data. Played by Brent Spiner, this golden-skinned android from Star Trek, The Next Generation TNG became a symbol of humanity's quest to understand itself through something wholly artificial. Across episodes and films, Data explored emotion, morality, mortality, and his own sense of self. Here are 15 of Data's finest moments ranked. 15. Descent, Part I and II TNG. Data grapples with unexplained rage after exhibiting emotions during a mission. The two-parter delves into the potential consequences of Data embracing emotion without the buffer of human experience. Lore returns as the manipulative older brother, twisting Data's logic and loyalty. 14. The Offspring TNG. In an episode that brings out the most human aspects of Data, he creates a daughter named Lao. The story is touching, tragic, and thought-provoking, exploring parenthood, identity, and the rights of artificial beings. 13. Star Trek Insurrection. While the film may not be a fan favorite overall, Data shines. His malfunction on a covert mission leads to memorable interactions with children and reflections on aging, purpose, and innocence. 12. Time's Arrow Part I and II TNG. time travel, Mark Twain, and mystery, Data's disembodied head in 19th century San Francisco is one of TNG's weirdest plot devices. But it also highlights his willingness to risk himself for others. 11. Star Trek Nemesis. Love it or hate it, Nemesis gives Data a powerful exit. He sacrifices himself to save the crew, echoing Spock's own farewell in The Wrath of Khan. It's the culmination of his journey toward understanding humanity. 10. Inheritance TNG. Data meets a woman who claims to be his mother, forcing him to confront more of his creator's secrets. It's a quiet, emotionally rich story about legacy and the loneliness of being unique. 9. The Measure of a Man TNG. A courtroom drama where Data's personhood is put on trial. Are androids property or people? The episode is a Star Trek classic, using legal drama to explore what it means to be alive. 8. Datalore TNG. Meet Lore, Data's malicious twin. This episode lays the groundwork for much of Data's ongoing arc, what separates good from evil, emotion from empathy, programming from choice. 7. Phantasms TNG. Data has nightmares, and they're terrifying. What starts as a bizarre series of dream sequences turns into a metaphor for repressed memory and the complexities of subconscious thought, even in an artificial mind. 6. Star Trek First Contact. Data is tempted by the Borg Queen, who offers him the chance to be human. Watching him navigate temptation, loyalty, and self-identity in one of Trek's best films is unforgettable. 5. Brothers TNG. Data is remotely summoned by Dr. Noonien Soong, his creator. In a haunting episode, he meets Lore again, learns of his origins, and must choose between familial bonds and ethical boundaries. 4. A Fistful of Data's TNG. A fun, genre-bending holodeck episode. Data channels spaghetti western outlaws, dozens of them, while Worf tries to have a relaxing day with his son. Brent Spiner's comedic range gets a rare spotlight. 3. Data's Day TNG. This slice-of-life episode, narrated through Data's personal logs, offers charming insight into how he interprets human rituals, from weddings to dance lessons. It's lighthearted yet deeply reflective. 2. The Most Toys TNG. Data is kidnapped by a collector who sees him as a rare possession. He's forced into a moral crisis and, in one of his darkest moments, nearly breaks his programming to kill. It's a stark reminder that even an android can reach a breaking point. 1. The Measure of a Man. Yes, again, it deserves a second mention. This episode is the moral and philosophical heart of Data's entire arc. It's where he stops being a machine to Starfleet and becomes a person in the eyes of law and audience alike. It's also where Jean-Luc Picard's courtroom defense becomes one of the greatest speeches in Star Trek history. Honorable mentions. Ship in a Bottle, Data and Moriarty spar in a digital duel. The Ensigns of Command, Data becomes a reluctant leader. Elementary, Dear Data, Data plays Holmes, but the game gets real. Data's journey is one of paradox. He seeks to become human, yet shows more integrity and compassion than many biological beings. Whether battling his brother, raising a daughter, or debating the ethics of artificial life, Data remains a philosophical cornerstone of Star Trek. His best episodes are not just about science fiction, they're about the soul. Let me know if you'd like this formatted for publication, with images or SEO metadata, or extended into a 1,500-word article. The Ensigns of Command, Data becomes a reluctant leader. Elementary, Dear Data, Data plays Holmes, but the game gets real. Data's journey is one of paradox. He seeks to become human, yet shows more integrity and compassion than many biological beings. Whether battling his